tell us a little bit about Me3 and what you're doing.
Okay, so firstly, thank you for hosting the show today. Very excited to be on it and activating and engaging with your community, and I look forward to meeting them again in future AMAs. So a little bit of background for myself. I'm from a traditional finance background. I ran a fund for a decade until 2012. I then invested in a number of startups. One of them in particular was a biometrics platform, and that's how I first got into the blockchain space. We had a biometrics wallet that was enabled for crypto applications, and that was my first taste of blockchain technology. I sort of fell in love with it from there, and really towards the middle of 2021 is when we started building out what is now Me3. So in a nutshell, that's kind of my previous career history and my taste into blockchain. I'm going to hand the baton over to Adam just to socialize his background.
Great. Yep. So I'm Adam Kramer, and so I'm the COO over here at Me3. All of my background is pretty much focused in the technology space. So everything from mobile app development to web development and lots of projects and companies that needed applications and such along the way. I first kind of got into the crypto space back in 2018. I had a digital rights management company that was using blockchain to protect assets, digital assets. And so that was the first thing I did. After that, touched a lot of DeFi type tools, also crypto banking for a while, and joined Me3 basically at the end of last year, and been working on developing all of our current products.
Wonderful. Maybe you can tell us a little bit about Me3, because Me3 is a very interesting project, has a lot going for it, and obviously GameFi is a very, very exciting space. Maybe you can kind of like lead us into what got you into finding Me3, and maybe kind of like talk through some of the problems that you're solving.
Sure. So Me3 has a number of products that are in development right now that basically all kind of center around the DeFi space. So different sectors of the DeFi space. But essentially what our goal is overall is to really kind of fulfill what the promise of DeFi is. And that is not just to provide tools to crypto natives, but to provide tools to everyone. And so in the process of creating the various applications that we're making with Me3, a big focus of ours is making sure that they're usable and understandable by people that are not crypto natives, that are just curious in terms of how can they start to engage with tools that provide value on the blockchain without having to know anything about blockchain. So I know a lot of companies talk about wanting to do that, and that's the future, and it's the only way that we're really going to converge the crypto and non-crypto worlds. But that's really just a focus of everything we do here, is making sure that the experience is understandable, making sure that it's truly rewarding, and making sure that it's also fun and easy to use in the process. And so, yeah.
Yeah. I have, let's take a step back here, right? I mean, what you're saying, it does resonate with what the thesis of the show is, right? So CryptoKnights, what we're trying to do here is we want to bring, these Web3 or crypto projects to the mainstream audiences, right? And that's the whole basis of the show. And like I said, when we've shown people some of the projects that are coming on board, and these people are not crypto native, right? And they were so pleasantly surprised at what is coming to the table. And I know I've spoken to you guys a few times already. I told you really that the intention of the show is we really want a strong call to action. We want to see you guys use the show, not just for an awareness piece, but also for user acquisition, right? So telling that story to the audience, right? is going to be one of the most challenging things that you guys are going to do. So you're going to work very closely with our director, Sam, and he'll be working closely with you guys also to see how we can get that story out and convey it. But, back to your point, right? But first, let me ask you this one question. How do you come up with the name Me3? Is there something behind it?
Actually, no, there's no particular story behind it. We kind of did like a branding awareness, and this is like 2 years ago, and someone suggested Me3 kind of had a catchy name to it. And having 3 at the end of that time was the de facto thing for crypto projects. So that's how we came about it.
Right. So I was going to some magic behind that story. Me3 and the E and the 3.
I'm sorry to disappoint you. I wish I had some like very cool story and backdrop around it. Some people think it's a bit like Mission Impossible. It's got that slight mission, but there's no. In truth, there's no like fantastic story behind it apparently, but I'm sure there will be in the future.
I'm sure we can make one. It'll be like Me3s because it's Me too, and Me3 is everyone.
Actually, I like that. Okay, okay. There we go.
Me2 and Me3 because it's for everyone.
Yeah,
there you go. Send the check now to me for that idea.
I like that. That's good. Okay, we have a story. We've got a narrative now.
Exactly. So brilliant.
Let me deep dive a little bit. Okay. So you said you want to bring DeFi to everybody, right? Okay. Give us some clear, specific use cases, and treat me like I'm a Web2 audience. I don't know anything about crypto. Speak to me like I'm like that. Like I'm one of the viewers. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Well, so our first product that just came out is definitely a little bit more kind of crypto focused, but what we needed to do with this product was start to put into action both the development and use of some of the core pieces of what we're building with Me3. So one of the very important pieces there is the social interactivity components of the first product. So that product is called Hypepool. Hypepool does let you sign up with email. You don't have to have a crypto wallet per se. They can be created for you if you sign up with email. But Hypepool uses our native token. So if you don't have our native token, that one's definitely you need to have a little bit of crypto knowledge to get into it. But the core social features and kind of the social interactions that we have put into Hypepool are very important for the other things that we're building. So our second product, which is coming out later in the summer, end of July, basically. That one is kind of using a lot of the core systems that we built for Hypepool, but in a totally different kind of way. So we have basically that one's called Gotcha Galaxy. And so most of our audience is in kind of the Asian region. And so as anyone who's been over in Asia knows, you've definitely seen gotcha machines there.
Yeah, of course.
Like every mall, everywhere, right? Every street corner, basically getting people to play games and be rewarded. I mean, that's the core mechanism there, right? And so when you think about DeFi as a whole, people come to the DeFi space to ultimately have an opportunity to be rewarded. And we think that we can do that in a way that's super fun, that's super relatable for people. And so Gotcha Galaxy is going to be really, I think, our big kind of global foray into that. That's so the way it works, basically, it's kind of like a little world where you can walk around this world, engage with campaigns around other projects. So we're looking at it very heavily from like a partnership marketing platform as well, where users will have the opportunity to interact with not only our project, but any other projects that we're partnered with. They can do basically these social campaigns around those projects. get to learn about the projects. They get to engage with the projects, social media accounts, Telegram, Discord, all those types of things. Um, read articles, and then they get points for doing all of these actions. Once they get these points, they can convert those points into tickets, which let them play our gotcha games. So we're going to
Okay.
launch with about 5 different types of gotcha games. So like a capital style mystery box game, like a spin the wheel kind of games, claw games, things like that. So these are things everyone can relate to, right? Everyone has fun playing these things, and the mystery behind what's inside the box is something that everyone enjoys. And at the end of the day, once you use your tickets, play these games, the rewards that are coming out are rewards from our various partners as well as from Me3.
Right.
So those can be crypto assets, they can be real world assets, they could be event tickets to shows, it could be really anything that we want to put in there. And so we're obviously coming from the crypto industry where, our initial partners are very crypto focused, but we have built this in a way that it has broad appeal, not only to crypto based projects, but really to any company. We can go to, Taylor Swift and do Taylor Swift ticket giveaways, this could really be used in a very broad sense. So we're really excited about that and kind of the reward mechanism there, the play style there. And then more in the future, later this year, our next product is called Yield Battle. And so Yield Battle is it's kind of like it's kind of putting the two other products together in like almost like a prediction markets kind of play. And so these types of tools are very familiar to all industries. This is not just a crypto play by any means. So there's a lot of prediction markets out there that are trying to guess who the next president's going to be, who what's going to happen on this date, when Yeezy is releasing his next album. All these types of things are prediction market type interactions. But what we've learned from Hype Pool, what we're integrating into Gotcha Galaxy, all of these social features that are bringing people together to create teams, to take actions to either increase their earning potential, to get more people to join their side, convince people why the choice they made is the right one. All these types of things are going to kind of combine in Yield Battle for the third product there. So that's how we're really trying to approach all of this.
So, and please correct me if I'm wrong, right? It sounds like you're using these kind of gamification elements to plus DeFi as a means of user acquisition for your partners. Is that what it is?
So for Gotcha Galaxy, I think it certainly will have a component where we're helping our partners to simply share our networks, right? Like we're going to get access to their communities, they're going to get access to our communities and the other partners that are in the game at the same time, right? But that's obviously a valuable thing as well, and we recognize that. I think ultimately the end user, the players of these games, they're going to choose which communities they want to engage with, and it's up to us to figure out how to make that fun. And that comes down to the types of campaigns that we build into the Gotcha Galaxy platform. So that also, or those are things we design with the partners. We can come up with one on our own, but I think it's more compelling if the partners who know about their communities and what they're interested in and what they want to push for new people that are just becoming familiar with their community. We will design it together.
Would you be able to show all these things visually when it comes time to filming?
Gotcha Galaxy is probably not yet for Gotcha Galaxy. We can talk through it, of course, more in detail. I can go through any pieces
when is Gotcha Galaxy going to be
visually
available to be seen? Q4?
I would say probably end of June is when that you could first start seeing things. It's not going to be
Okay.
fully.
I think we have some animations, at least on a conceptual level, that we could showcase, Adam, just so the the right stream audience can get a taste of what we're discussing in the course. So I think we can certainly showcase that, and then for the hype pool, obviously hype pool is live. We can certainly showcase that in real time. But for Gotcha Ability, that there is animations that we've developed and conceptualizations that we would be able to showcase.
So we will be getting, we will be wanting to get all that information from you as well, right? Any B-rolls, videos, animations that you have, because we want to start releasing and showing that leading up to the show, of course. And then we will share that as well with the production team. You met Sam, right?
Yeah.
They need as much B-rolls and animations they can get because they want to really visually tell that story.
Listen, and without big upping our project, and no project's perfect, I would say we are very fortunate to have the quality of the animators that we have in our team. I think they do a fantastic job.
Cool. Awesome. And, we were talking about hype pool, right? So just to let everyone else know, right? I was talking to Matthew and Adam last week. Was it last week? It just, I don't know. I'm losing track of time.
I know.
Everything blends in.
Days and nights just melt together. Right?
Yeah.
So, it was last week. We were talking about hype pool. Say, hey, because I was reading up a little bit about what they were doing and hype pool and all that kind of thing. I was saying, can we use hype pool somehow, for the show or for the projects which are going to be on the show, so the community can so-called vote or whatever. Walk me through this, right? How potentially can we use this? If you're going to have 30, 40 projects on the show leading up to that, what I'm hearing from the production team is that, hey, you know what? If you guys are doing some kind of community voting, give us the results by, X days before filming ends, And studio filming, I'm going to let you guys know privately when the studio filming is. Okay, I've got some updates from the team. Why am I being so secretive about it? Okay, I might as well just say it, right? It's looking to be happening in third week of July, right? Okay. So we're locking those dates down, right? We wanted to do it earlier, but, logistics, right?
No, I get it.
Yeah. Let's say third week of July. That's when we start studio filming, 10 days in the studio. Probably we'll have to have results in by maybe 20th, 21st of July. So with this information in mind, and hype pool better than me, right? How can we work together?
Well, I think some of the stuff we were talking about last week was around how we can kind of make because 40 is a lot, right? It's a lot of options for people to vote between. And so if we can kind of break it down into more bite-sized chunks, 5, even, maybe we could do a little bit more. Right now we do 5. So
we can segment. Go on.
From what we've seen so far, when the more pools you have, the less action a lot of them get. And it's not even that they're necessarily less attractive options per se, but as soon as someone sees, oh wow, this one has more votes, people tend to follow the herd. So we see a lot more even action when it's lower counts of options, and 5 seems to be kind of a magic number there. So if we have and we don't have to run it for a week. Right now we run the hype pool for a week, but we could do these as a daily vote thing, or it could be a couple different pools at the same time. We could do it tournament style, where it's like, okay, the top 3 from here go into the net, or the top 1 from here goes into here and then here, and do it. So there's a number of different ways we could do this. I think the format of how we're going to have projects on the show might also make sense if we kind of have that stuff defined in advance, so we can say, okay, these 5 are on episode 1, these 5 are on episode 2, and then it's kind of like the episode winner, so to speak. So it's flexible. We can do any of these things. We're really excited to do that with you guys as well, and give these other projects the ability to see not only what we're doing, but the general public the ability to use our tools and engage with these other projects.
Yeah, so I'm going to talk to the other projects and going to show them something. I'll coordinate with you on that, you guys on that, because ultimately they'll have to showcase to their communities, hey guys, this thing is happening, and go and vote, right? You know, so there'll be a few stakeholders involved. In our case, it's not just us, but it's the project as well. Are they all okay with it? And we will see. Because look, if you're going to be in the show, we want to help and support as much as we can, right? Okay.
Cool. Thank you.
My next question is, and this is a crypto native question, right? How does the token utility tie into what you're building?
It's a great question. So the main, and I think the real incentivization value for medium and long-term holders of the Me3 token is our reward mechanism. So 50% of all the revenue received through the Me3 platform, be it through the Hype Pool, Gotcha Galaxy, Yield Battle, or some of these other auxiliary services that we'll be bringing to market, will be returned to token holders via a reward mechanism. So they're very incentivized to hold our token in the medium and long term. We also have a DAO governance mechanism, so they can make certain decisions concerning our DAO. And then finally, in terms of the services we offer to the community, they will get discounts and reduce fees for some of the services that we will be charging for down the line. So those are really the three main utility instruments, and really it's to incentivize those medium and long-term holders.
All right. How long have you guys been working on this project? I mean, when did you start doing this?
So Me3 has been going for just over 2 years now. So, you know, there is depth to the project. It's had, you know, 2 iterations. You know, in blockchain, you have to move with the times and move with the market. It's not like traditional markets. So 6 months in blockchain is like 3 years, I would say, in traditional finance or, you know, traditional software. So you're constantly evolving, you're constantly moving, because otherwise you become obsolete. So we've moved in line with the markets, and we've built the core ecosystem partners and investors to where we are today, where we have very good depth to our partnerships and ecosystem partners.
So you guys were recommended to me by few of our partners. You know, like I got
that's good to hear
from 2 or 3 different partners. They say, hey, are you guys talking to Me3? I said, yeah, we're already talking to them, right? So I got another introduction from another guy, you know, and so your name kept coming up, right? And now it's stuck in my mind, right? So that's how we started talking.
Well, this is the advantage of being called Me3. There you go. It's stuck subliminally. It's stuck in your mind.
Yeah, right. So anyway, so 2 years ago, it means you started at the height of the bear market. Was that right?
No, actually, we were just right at the tail end of the bull market.
Right at the tail end.
Yeah. So we had the taste of it. We thought we were invincible, and
so close yet so far, huh?
Yeah. Ain't that the truth? So, you know, as we know in crypto, the bullish markets are extremely bullish, and the bear markets are extremely bearish. They amplify what I would say, you know, the traditional world reflects.
Right.
Yeah.
Tell me about it. I mean, we all know it, right? So we were just waiting for the euphoria. So that means that, okay, so you guys been building, your investments are in place already. Are you still looking to raise more money? Is an IDO coming up? What's the plan?
So all good questions. So we've brought in a very solid core Genesis investor round, backed by very strong ecosystem partners, tier 1, tier 2 VCs, KOLs, and strategic advisors. We completed our private round recently. We're just doing a KOL round to make sure we get all the KOLs onboarded ahead of our TG, and we'll be actually doing the public sale and TG in June. So next month is going to be a critical month for Me3 in terms of obviously delivering the TG and then just getting our products out to market post TG. So we're going to be extremely busy, and obviously working with yourselves for the filming as well. So there's a lot of different milestones for us to achieve in the coming few weeks.
So we are just the annoying partner, right? We keep wanting stuff
No,
from you guys,
not at all.
information, videos, and this and that. So you just gotta bear with us because we know we are always thinking about selling, right? We want to get that story out. And I know you guys are building. Have you kind of nailed down your launch pads already?
Yeah, so the 2 launch pads, public sale launch pads, I can publicly disclose, and they publicly have been announced. One is TrustSwap, and the other one is Decubate, and we'll be making the 3rd announcement very shortly to our community. I don't think our community will be disappointed with the 3rd announcement.
Yeah, I think I could probably guess the 3rd announcement. I'm not going to say anything, but I think I was talking to one of the launch pads, and they were talking about you guys, and we were having a chat. So they asked me, look, is it confirmed that you guys are working with them for the show? I said, yes, it's confirmed. Right. So I'm not going to reveal who it is. It may be the same one you're talking about, but we had a long time with. It could be. It could be. Right.
It could be.
It
could be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So I have a follow-up call with them, and we may be doing a lot more things with them as well. So again, guys, this is a really unusual time for our community. Usually, like I said, we start the AMAs a few hours later.
Sure.
But everyone, the reason why we changed the time is because the Me3 guys are extremely busy. TG is coming up. I've been through it with many projects before. I know the pain. It's a lot of work, a lot of things, like never-ending things to get done, right?
You're absolutely right. It's relentless. You get through 20 items that day, and you breathe a breath of fresh air. You wake up in the morning, and it's 20 new things to It's like having 20 dysfunctional children, new ones every day. That's how I say it.
Playing whack-a-mole. Whack back up and
Right.
I mean, however you want to describe it, chasing the rainbow, running after the horizon. I mean, it just doesn't seem. And I've been through this many times before. The first 80% goes by so fast, but the remaining 20% of things to do never seem to end.
Yes, correct.
It's like the last stretch. Last stretch is just stretching.
I am totally aligned with your mindset.
Right.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
All right, let's jump to some questions from the community. I mean, again, we don't have much questions today because of the timing, but we'll do a recording and we'll just release it, So we have Kezia. Kezia is from our community. He's always there with us with every AMA. He's traditionally the first guy to ask questions, and no disappointment from Kezia. He asked the question, will you be an omni-chain project? If yes, which ones? Okay, I thought omni-chain is everyone. All right, go on.
Yep. So I'd say from just the product perspective, supporting more chains is kind of an obvious win, right? We are a BSC project right now, and we plan to integrate on every chain that we can. I think from the perspective of how we're trying to approach product in general, like I said, we want to be able to appeal to everyone, not just the crypto natives. For the crypto natives that really care about which chain we're on, we have to support the chains they want to be on. For people that are not crypto native, they don't probably want to know anything about what chain we're on, and so we have to, as we keep going through this and iterating, we have to figure out how to present that in the best way, so that it's both formative and compatible with what the crypto natives want, while also kind of invisible to the non-crypto people.
And that's the big concern. Like, let's go back to the show again, right? Let's say now the show is on, the show is live. Like, what is the one big call to action that you want to put out there for the audience with regard to your project, right?
Yeah. So I think we touched on it early on.
Yeah.
On the call, it's really reaching out to community, even who don't have any prior crypto or blockchain native experience, and it's reaching out to those users who potentially have interest in crypto or in blockchain technology, but have never really touched in it before, and reaching out to those users and those customers and being able to showcase our solutions and being able to showcase how accessible they are and how seamless and frictionless they are to onboard these users and have them engage with our platform. I think that would be a success for us.
So how would you phrase it? How would you tell it? Do this and get this, or do what? How would you phrase it as simply as possible? And how can you get involved with Me3? As simple as possible. And that's something you guys got to work on all the way up to filming, right? This is something we keep drilling on to the projects, right? Like some of them, when we filmed them, it took like 4 or 5 hours of filming before they could actually simplify that story and get it down to that. Yes, that's the money. That's where the money is, right?
Yeah, agreed.
You know?
Yeah, I think that's a very fair point.
Anyway, something for you to think about.
Okay.
Right? But if you can share, like, if you could articulate that now, could you do that now? And let's say the show is filming right now and it's going to hundreds of millions of households. What's that simple story? I'm still chasing that simple story. If you could just do that, hey guys, why don't you can do this with us and you can get this. You know, is there something you can phrase in that way, or as simply as that? Is it possible?
Use Me3.
Mm-hmm.
Have fun. Get rewards.
Okay.
I'll refine it from there.
Okay, so we will refine this. We'll refine this, guys. We have to show specifics, examples, right?
Or we do have like a purpose slogan. I kind of like it. So Me3 brings fairness and fun back to players in the DeFi economy.
Okay, we've got to work on this, guys. I mean, we've got to work on this, right?
Just to remember, Joseph, Rome wasn't built in a day.
We have many days ahead of us. Okay, don't worry. Right?
No, I agree. I think we need to kind of nail down that narrative. I think you've
you've got to allow me the permission to be as annoying as possible.
No, whatever it takes.
Demanding as possible, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Because then because me and Sam are the same. We really want it simple, clear action, clear benefit. This is what I do. This is what I get. Okay, I'm on. I'm sold. I want to do this now. I'm in. You know, and that's it. You know, and then what we'll do is we'll try to cut it up into short clips and short reels, and we'll get it out on social media as well. And that's really what you want, right? You know, that's where you get the user acquisition from. That's where you get, you know, and of course I know what it's like being involved in a project. You get so deep into it, you know, you're focused on all the little things, the 100,000 little things that you need to solve every day. For us, it's easy because we're stepping here. We're looking at it from, you know, so that's why we're here to help you. Look at us as a partner, you know, to help get that story out. Okay. All right. Kenny, you got any questions on your side? I'm sure you do.
Let me see. I've got some here that I had.
I do have one question. Sorry, before. When I talk to people about you guys, quite a few of them seem to think you're a GameFi project. Why is that?
I think our initial iteration of Me3 services, you know, the Asian-based GameFi economy. So some of our core initial partners were around that, and obviously we've built additional features on our platform, and we've expanded our platform to DeFi and DeFi staking, and gamified staking, and so forth. But the initial iteration was on GameFi, and if you look at the Genesis investors that we onboarded, several of them were around GameFi. But obviously that industry from 2022 has also evolved, so you have to evolve with the times.
It's also it's also quite social fi as well, very socially involved.
Correct.
It is at its core social fi, actually.
Correct.
But the gamification of social fi.
Correct.
Yeah, or gamified DeFi. You know, I think either one will work, right? Anyway, Kenny, please, sorry to interrupt. Go ahead. If you have
No, that's absolutely fine. I mean, you touched on that you have a lot of people backing it. Do you have any sort of like, are you in the hunt, or do you have any notable celebs or people that you can kind of, you know, say who's backing you guys? Do you have anyone of note?
Yeah, so we're very fortunate to have the likes of Brian D. Evans. He's quite notorious. Jet
Oh, yes.
Chang, Mario Nuffle through Twitter Spaces. We're also going to be announcing some very high-level Tier 1 KOLs for the project in the next upcoming week. So please watch our social media channels for those announcements. But those are the ones that I can publicly disclose for now, and there'll be more onboarded and announced as we get closer to TG.
Interesting. Well, we know that Brian D. Evans is actually going to be one of our knights. So this is going to be, it'll be an interesting dynamic. He's will know your project probably better than the other ones. So the challenge will really be almost similar to what Joseph said, is honing in on that message and how you pitch it to everyone else so they can really get a great and an amazing understanding of it, you know?
Yeah, that's correct. I've also just had a bump. So Prince Abdul Kari, through his family office, was also one of the investors in our Genesis round, and we're very fortunate to have him as one of our Genesis investors, and he's been very supportive to the project.
So how on earth did that happen?
Yeah, that's a very interesting one.
That's a very long story. I'll try and break it down. So we were introduced to the family offices through an intermediary. He found the project interesting and engaging, and wanted to have an in the blockchain space at that time. So I think we were the right fit at the right time, and that's how we were able to bring him onto the project. And he has been supportive and has actually opened a number of doors to us. So we're very honored to have him.
Nice. All right. Great. So any other questions on your side, Kenny?
So let me find something here. I had a whole list. That's what happens. You have so many. It's like I have to flick through it. So let's see. We were talking about like chains. What when you're launching, like, what's the initial kind of chain you're going for?
BSC.
BSC. Okay.
Yep.
Same as us, actually. That's how we're getting our start. More to come soon.
Yeah.
Okay. I have to say, Joseph, you of all the AMAs, this is the most chilled I've ever seen you. You know, you've got a coffee.
You know, I'm actually supposed to be on vacation right now. Right?
I'm sorry to have pulled you out of your vocation. Sorry.
Yeah. So I was planning that I'm going to have some time off because I've been going full steam ahead, you know, since I joined, and I was just like, we had some new people joining and some the marketing team come in, and they're going to start ramping up campaigns in the next few weeks. So I thought, you know what, since they're here, I might as well take some time off. So I'm here in Bangkok, just enjoying myself with some coffee. My wife is actually here, right there. You know,
Okay.
Poor thing. You know, when I'm working, she also has to work because I have to get on calls like this. But it's okay. You know, I always like to get. I enjoy getting on calls with the project to learn more. And the more I learn about you guys, the more I can feed the production team, like storylines and ideas and stuff like that, you know, because I think we're really, really very serious about getting the story right, you know. I mean, we didn't want this to be a show where you just stand up there and pitch, right? We want to get the backstory. We want people to get to know you guys a little bit more and see what you're doing, where you're heading with this. And that's really one of the hardest things to do, right? Extracting that. So we have to work hard. We have to, like, even though I'm on vacation, I have to come back and listen in, so I can find that spark, find that thing, you know. And Sam and I are always brainstorming, right? Like, what do we do? I'm really happy with, you know, so Sam is, to those of you guys who don't know, Sam is our director for the show. I think one day we should have an AMA with him, you know, so that the community can get to meet him. And he's not a Web3 guy at all, right? And that's why it's intentional why we chose him, because he's really a fantastic storyteller. And he comes in fresh and he's listening to all these projects like, what is this? You know? So he needs it simplified. Right. So, but I'm here to kind of like bridge that gap and share with him how I think the format should change. I didn't really want this to be a carbon copy of Shark Tank. I wanted it to be a little bit different. I want backstories on the projects. I want. I shared with him what I'm thinking, and he was able to come back. Hey, you know what? This is how we can do the format. This is how we can change the format. So he's really good at that, right? I can tell him like the things that I feel, and what I feel is coming from what I talk to you guys. Right? When I talk to all of you and all the projects, I get that vibe, right? Then I tell him, hey, look, this is what we need to do in changing up the show a bit, and he comes back and says, okay, here's how the format can change. And I like the latest iteration of the format, which I think, guys, you have not seen yet. You know, I'm really happy with the latest iteration. I'm happy with the styling of the set. I'm happy with quite a few things. So I'm quite excited. Right? But again, the biggest challenge is how do we get your story out there so people can understand as simply as possible? How can we show it to them as visually as possible? So that's something that, you know, we'll work with you guys and see what you have. It may not be fully built, but at least get that concept animation there for TV. You know, and by the time it goes out, you know, that's the representation of the reality, right? So these are the things we can do, okay? So yes, I am quite chilled out, but I'm always thinking about how can I take this back to Sam, you know, and get the story out there.
100%.
Do we have do you have any questions from Twitter, from X?
Let me just see. I can say that from Telegram, everyone's saying like Joseph doesn't take a break. Man's a machine.
I need a break, guys. Hey, but I want to tell the community, hey, everyone, listen, okay? We have a new marketing team in place. They're preparing for some campaigns. We will be so far we've been embargoed about releasing information about the show. We could not release the sizzle reel. We could not do the promotion, but the embargo will start to end soon. So we're looking to maybe from consensus onwards, hopefully, fingers crossed, that we can start doing actual promotions around the show. All right. So the team is working hard, getting it ready. So I'm excited that finally, you know, we can start marketing CryptoKnights and letting the rest of the crypto community know that this show is coming, right? So this is going to be really exciting for us, you know. Yeah, I think I chose the wrong time for the vacation because they keep asking me for feedback every day, you know. But it is what it is. Oops.
I gotta say, you're gonna be the guys pitching on the show. You had any sort of camera, TV experience in the past? Are you guys ready for the camera to be rolling and the lights on and everything?
Adam has. So I haven't. So you know, it's going to be interesting. See how it plays out.
Cool.
Interesting.
Awesome. All right. So I think why don't we just? Are there any other questions from the community? Again, like I said, the timing is a bit off. So a lot of them just automatically, when we say AMA, they automatically come at 2 p.m. UTC. You know, and I think what's going to happen in a few hours, they're going to be surprised. What? It's over. But it is what it is. Why don't we? Any last questions, Kenny, from the community?
Let me just have a flick through.
Okay. If not, then we can just get the guys to wrap up and let the community know what to expect from you for the next couple of months, you know, and how we can follow you and keep track of what you guys are doing.
Yeah, like, are there any like kind of upcoming catalysts that are like that are coming? So I think you said you're launching in next month. Is it next month, right?
That's correct. So the couple of catalysts coming up, we're going to be launching a more advanced version of the hype pool in the next week or so. So we're looking to get a lot of new users on board to engage with the platform. We'll then be launching our public sale, announcing our final public launchpad, and then the public sale in June, and then obviously the TGE. And then obviously we'll be launching Gotcha Galaxy a few weeks after TGE, and then possibly doing the filming with yourself. So it's going to be an extremely busy period for Me3, both on the product, marketing, listing side, and then on the television side as well. So it's going to be all hands on decks.
So it's very likely that once the episodes drop, you will already be listed, correct?
That's correct. Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll want to use these episodes to kind of take you guys to a whole new, right? The next round of exposure and catalyst, right?
Spot on. So you can see now my
Awesome.
hair is brown, and I believe by the time we would have listed, I will be all white.
We'll screenshot this. All right.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay. Cool.
Before, yeah,
My life in crypto, literally. That's how it is.
absolutely.
It's like, I'm 20 years old. It's like,
Yeah. So cool. Okay.
so yeah, guys, where can we find you? Do you want to plug your socials, like, or anything you want to like get out there for everyone in the right stream and the world to know?
Yeah, sure. So really the two main avenues we have is our Twitter, which is at Me3 wallet. So please head there. That's where we announce a lot of our social media news and announcements. And then obviously our Me3 official Telegram channel, which can be found at Me3 official on Telegram. We also have a number of foreign language Telegram channels. So if you go to me3.io, you can select the 9 different language variations and communities at your discretion. And finally, we have a Discord channel as well for those who want to get a bit more technical and look under the bonnet of the platform.
Wonderful. Thank you ever so much, guys. I think Joseph, obviously, I think he's back. I was going to say, like, you paying the waitress now or something, Joseph? Is that what's going on? I'm muted. He's muted.
Sorry, Joseph, you're on mute.
I'm mute. So my wife was telling me she wanted to go shopping. So I said, yeah, okay, all right. You know.
Okay, she deserves
Anyway,
it. She deserves it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm not in the best position right now. She's a bit mad at me, but it's okay. You know, I'll make it up to her later. Right?
Yeah, that's why you got to take it shopping now to make up for it, mate.
Happy wife, happy life.
Yeah, sad wallet though. Sad wallet. Anyway. All right.
So guys,
Okay.
thank you so much.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
Team. Really, really great listening and chatting with you, and we're really excited, to have you on board and partner up with us. I think you're a very unique project, and I think you're going to stand out on the show. So thank you.
Thank you.
But I want the story.
much,
I want the
Kenny.
story to. I
Thanks,
want the
just-
story to come out a lot clearer, guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm gonna just be a pain in the ass for you. Okay, please promise you this. And
Please
don't get
do.
mad at me, please. Don't not get mad.
Whatever
at me,
it
okay?
takes.
All right,
Perfect.
let's do this.
Thanks,
Let's
guys.
do this.
All
right.
Thank you, everyone,
guys.
very much for watching. And
Thanks, guys.
wherever you may be, have a good day, a good evening, and we'll see you on the next. Take care.
See you.
Thanks so much.
Bye,
guys.
everyone.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
We got